You do right by me. Everything you think about is gonna cry. Don't do it, Missy. Don't trade places with what I've been through. Come on, Missy. Let's go to the car. He ain't worth it. He ain't worth it. Who you think you is? You can't cost nobody. Look at you. You're black, you're poor, you're ugly, you're a woman, you're nothing at all. You do right by me. Everything you even think about gonna fail. Yep, that's right. And that goes out to Danny Glover because I thought it was a little odd. And peace to my hap space. I'm in here. I had to get this off my chest before I got into my evening. I don't know who we can count on. I mean, I really wasn't a big fan of them having entertainers and people like that speak on that panel, that congressional hearing, and Danny Glover spoke then. Um, Everybody made a big deal about it, but I just didn't see it. My brother, appreciate you. Appreciate you. I didn't see the reason why he needed to be a part of that. You know, just like I didn't see the reason why we need to have opposition on panels for things that are rightfully ours, and we got people talking that are not descendants of freedmen, descendants of slavery. But this is the way they're gonna do this shit, so the way we gotta run it. But Danny Glover, and you know what? Before I go too far, because I titled this Lethal Weapons 1619. Because it seems like it's been as many that motherfucking movies. I don't know. I don't know how many lethal weapons it is at this point. But he went all the way back when he did this shit over the weekend with Reverend Dude, Pastor Process. You know, I know the play for the day is Stop Asian Hate. And my play for every day is Stop Black Hate. Stop hate. The fact that they had to put together a hashtag and a movement and give them 50 million to say Stop Asian Hate and didn't give black people nothing for all the hate that's gone on all these years, I got a problem. And it's not like I got a problem against the Asians. I got a problem with the government. But I also got a problem with motherfuckers like Danny Glover and Al Sharpton going out perpetuating the madness. There's a problem there. Fundamentally, how can you be speaking up on reparations and speaking up on the plight of black people and we get nothing? Now, they done got a bill. They done got money. Now you out here on the front lines for him. All Danny Glover was, I mean, did he walk in? Does he still walk? I don't know. They either rolled him into that hearing or he walked into that hearing, said what he said and shit, you know, half nodding off and shit. And I give him credit as an actor. I give him credit as a lifelong activist. He's been an activist for countries all over this world. United States, been an activist for Black Americans. But to continue this madness, I mean, when they break down all the stats, Asian Americans haven't been slighted, brutalized, murdered anywhere near where black people have. And yet black people sit without any executive orders, without any resources, without any bill that's directed towards the hate. We can't get the lynching bill off, and we still getting lynched out here. You know, they talk about hangings weren't a big thing anymore. We've had several people hung in the last 2 years. And that shit is purposeful. You know, I'm not saying that black people don't commit suicide, but they're finding people tied to trees lynched. How the fuck you tie yourself up, then hang yourself? And we can't get a lynching bill passed. Okay. So what Danny Glover did Him and Reverend Al went out to a rally. Apparently, they had a rally, and he was there to either they brought him in for some reason, or he just knew about the rally, and because of his clout, got up on the stage. I'm leaning towards they invited him because he does reach out and look out for other ethnicities, throughout the world and even in America. Now, what Al Sharpton is doing, he got some splaining to do. He got some splaining to do. Because if he ain't running up behind these ambulance chasing attorneys and getting his bag off the bloodshed of black men, women, and children, because he gets paid when he fucks with Ben Crump and Lee Merritt and all them people. Al gets a bag, just like Tamika Mallory gets a bag. So, who gave Al the bag? The Asians? Did Danny cut him in on his bag that he was getting for speaking for the Asians? Them two old niggas didn't get up on that stage for free. They got a bag. They got a bag. So, see if I can get this thing to play. I'm getting that feedback again. It's going to make me have to do something. I'm going to play this because some of y'all done heard it, I know, but I got to play it for the context of what we're doing here. Here we go. Where we at? Where we at? Here we go. Here we go. Oh, yeah. We had Reverend Al in there. Here we go.
Say it like you mean it.
Say it like you mean it.
And I'm happy that I'm right here in the Chinese community, right here in New York City, present in the time that we need to be present, making their story, connecting their story to our collective stories of struggle. And that's what we're doing here today. And saying, yes, we stand here, we'll stand here, we'll fight here, we got your back. We, at this particular moment, have to stand on the right side of history. We have to stand for justice, and we have to stand for against hate. That's what no Asian hate, no Asian hate. We have to stand there. And that is what our responsibility is right now in targeting of Asian, American, and Pacific Island citizens.
All right, I can't deal with the feedback. Yeah, I can't deal with that feedback coming through. So I'll deal with that. Try to get rid of that audio. Get rid of that feedback. But I'm telling you, what Al Sharpton and Danny Glover have done starting out the summer, because they always say things get crazy when it gets hot. Now they done ramped it up. See, don't something happen to a couple Asian folk over these next few days. I'm telling you. Every time something like this comes out, something happens to somebody, and it be some random shit. Don't be off this. It be some random shit, and they're going to try to hem it all in. We already knew Slickback he's definitely been suspect. He's definitely been suspect. I think Al was way more true when he was fat. When he got skinny, shit, you couldn't tell his ass nothing. You couldn't tell that dry toast with Nutella motherfucker nothing. Al got slim and was like, fuck y'all. I liked him when he had his process blew out and he was wearing that big medallion on his chest or stomach or wherever it was laying. I think he was more true then. He was probably still dirty as a motherfucker, but I like Al back then. I don't think he was bought and sold at that point. He still might have been an informant because he'd been an informant for several years. But I still think he was actively trying to do things for black people while getting the bag. When he got slimmed up, that's when they start putting him on TV more. You know, they start saying, oh, okay, he's more image friendly. You notice how they don't like to put real fat motherfuckers on TV. And when they slim up, look how they did old boy on the show, Roker. They love Big Al. But look how much he's out there now. They do full body shots of Big Al now. Yeah, they didn't do full body shots of Al before. You know, I mean, he was like that in-house Sherman Clump and shit. But then now he got slim. Now he's a whole different cat. Look at Randy Jackson from American Idol. When he was big, he was just Big Randy. He was just Big Randy. When he slimmed up and looked like a California raisin with Botox, you couldn't tell that motherfucker nothing. Nothing. Wearing his shirts all too tight. And he didn't get all the surgeries at first, so he was wearing them bands and shit. He was wearing them waist trainer bands, and you could see his belly where it was being pulled tight because he was trying to squeeze in them button-ups. He got skinny right around when the style came in for the button-ups. And yeah, he had every one of them synergy button-ups. He was still a 3X. He was trying to squeeze into a 2. And I saw it. I knew his pain. I knew his pain. I'm just glad he didn't sneeze and put Simon's eye out. One of them goddamn buttons. Some tight-ass shirts. But yeah, at the beginning, and I don't know if you could hear it, I apologize, he was talking about the Asians having the same struggle as black people. How the Asians got the same struggle as black people? They went through 246 years of slavery. They've gone through another 156 years of systemic oppression. How the fuck have they gone through the same struggle? Now, I'm not trying to discount any wars that they've dealt with. I'm not trying to, the bombings and the detainment camps and all that shit. I'm not trying to discount any of that. That shit happened. But there was also a compensatory situation. See, what we had happened, we ain't received no compensation for it. So now you're putting people that's done got paid in the same space where people that didn't get paid. And I believe the detriment for over 400 years of systemic oppression, slavery, is way greater than the years that some of those folks may have spent in detention camps or had their homes bombed and fought on and they had to rebuild and all that because they could rebuild. We were never able to rebuild shit. We were never given any resources. And anybody that the government over here has bombed over there, oh yeah, they've received compensation since then. America done paid back everybody they done fucked with over in the... We know what it is. But when you got Lethal Weapon 1619 star, old Danny Boy, and Pastor Process on the case, say it like you mean it. I mean, he sounded like he sounds when they say I'm black and I'm proud. So Al can switch it up. He can be I'm black and I'm proud. Say it like you mean it. Say his name. Say her name. Say it like you mean it. Stop Asian hate. Say it like you mean it. He's like Michael Buffer now. He probably gets paid to do his preacher voice, to do his grovelly voice, that phlegmy shit in his throat. He probably gets paid like Michael Buffer does to say, let's get ready to rumble. I wouldn't doubt it. He's like, do you want just regular Al Or do you want preacher hell? You want preacher hell? I can give you that preacher, girl. Fuck all these motherfuckers, man. Fuck them all. We don't need them fighting for us. And then they go somewhere and fight harder for somebody else. If you're not with us, you're not with us. Just say that. And I know everybody gonna be like, well, he's with black people. No. Al's with the bag. I think Danny Glover's pretty tight. I think Danny Glover's done real well with his money. You know, he ain't had a bunch of kids. He's only been married twice, and I think he's still married to his second wife. So yeah, I think Danny's good. I think Danny, what he does do is out of his heart. But he old as fuck now. And now he's just acting on impulse. And I get it. We get older, we get a little softer. I get it. So we got a soft spot. If you want to go out and do some things in their community, no doubt. But if you're going to be on the front lines for them, we need you on the front lines for us. If not, remain silent. We are the only ones still at the pay window. Everybody else got their money and gone. They gave everybody else government checks. They gave niggas government cheese. And I had to get that shit out. I had to get it out. Because where we are with being a part of new black media is not going to lay down like old black media. Ace, that was a beautiful thing that we had going last night. T. Roney in there. You know, we always need that queen spirit. They bring it from a different perspective all day. So we need that queen spirit. Now, I feel what I bring, highly opinionated thought, but I'm not going to bring you some shit that ain't factual. See, what I say, I know it to be factual. All my shit is not theory. It's never going to be fodder, but it's not all theory. I have a lot of theories, but I bring you facts. And if I bring you facts, hey, let's rock. So I appreciate you having me on there last night, letting me be me. I wish we could have got them calls. We had some calls coming in. I wish we could have got some calls going. Chat room was popping. We couldn't get them calls in there. We get them in there next time, man. Them callers are important. You don't know where they coming from. But I did appreciate that. I appreciated that. I appreciated you. Appreciated T. Roney. Everybody in the chat room. You know, because we've got to be our voice. We can't let them dictate the news. And where we were, I don't know how much we really covered on your topic because we went here, we went there. But when you bring something in there and you just drop it and you just let us have a discussion about it, man, it'd be really good to bring some just full-throated black conservatives on the scene. Because really what you had last night, you had two independents. I mean, I voted mostly Democrat all my life. This last election, I was all over the board with it. T. Roney, she says she is a Green Party. She's an independent. So what we really needed last night was a Democrat and just a fucking flaming Republican. Man, it would have set that damn conversation off. My pleasure, brother. My pleasure. It would have set it off to have just a flat out Republican in there, a black one, and really be able to give his views. I don't want nobody with Trump's politics. Because if you wasn't a Republican before Donald Trump, fuck all that. I need somebody that was a Republican before Donald Trump, before all the sensationalism started. And I think I can have a conversation with that. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Appreciate you. But yeah, the dynamic of what we're doing here, speaking our truth, telling our stories, telling them the right way. We ain't got to cut shit out. That's why I gave that light-skinned brother all the credit in the world. Barnard Kempter, who read that damn thing about Memorial Day, read it all the way through. No mic or nothing. Cut his mic off. He told the truth. And you don't get very many old white men who going to tell the truth about the history of this country. And he told the truth. I got to give Barnard credit. He went against the grid and knew when they cut that mic off, they wasn't going to cut it back on until he either said, okay, I'm done, or they knew Barnard was already going to read that shit. They cut it right back on as soon as he was done reading about black folks. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But people like that, I don't know if Barnard is a true ally or not. I know he ain't trying to lie. He could have perpetuated the lie and left that real vital part out about black people starting Memorial Day. I got something like 50 inventors, 50 black inventors, and I wrote something up of it. I got to find that. People don't realize how much we've really done in this country and what we put in play because of where we are. It's like we just here. But we are the inventors of so many things that if we would have gotten the patents, the trademarks, and the rights and the privileges to get the residual earnings for the things that we created, we wouldn't need reparations. See, they stole all that. That's how they enriched themselves with land and everything that we created before we could start getting our own patents. Absolutely. That's how they got their wealth. Some of the things that we created, the base of it. I mean, hell, a black man created the guitar. You don't hear people talking about that. It is. And I don't like the fact that they've allowed it to become bastardized. I don't like that fact that they've allowed it to become bastardized. But isn't everything that we do as black people, doesn't it become bastardized? Doesn't it become something that we have, but hell, they end up owning? We don't hold on to it. We don't cherish it enough. And this is where we have power. We have power in our talent, in our skill, but then we sell ourselves cheap. If we're going to sell ourselves cheap, why do we boss up, and then give it away? Why not just give it away from the beginning? Give it away before it's worth anything. Don't build the whole market up and then give it away. What up, freak? We build it up and then give it away. The only reason BET was sold for the amount that it was sold because Bob Johnson couldn't really prove the worth of BET. But look how much it's worth now. And all they do is show Martin reruns, Tyler Perry reruns, and some poorly written, directed, and starred in shows. They got a couple shows that are decent, but for the most part, it's garbage. It's garbage. Viacom don't give a fuck about black people. He didn't say the term reparations, did he? Did he use the term reparations? Come on, man. Come on, man. Please don't tell me. Oh, if Donald Trump doesn't use the term reparations to try to get money from China, that word, that's why I don't even like using the word anymore. I use repair because that's really what we need to be focusing on is repair. Get their mind off of just because it's a check. Yes, we need that bread, but what we need is repair. And that comes along with all the other shit that'll come along with the bread. We'll need the resources. We'll need the access into the infrastructures. There's multiple infrastructures. I don't know what infrastructure Joe Biden talking about, but we need in on all the infrastructures. And truthfully, I don't see why a descendant of freedmen would pay for health care, would pay for education. We got a little bit of talking about home loans too. Predatory lending has not been a friend to us and has not affected anybody else. So interest-free loans could be a good start. Just on what level? Now, and Joe ain't trying to do nothing for us. Oh shit. So we speak about this all the time. I got a screenshot. Hold on. Y'all done seen this. See, y'all be up on the shit. Y'all see the shit faster than I do. I just got the big mouth and I'll be up on it. Oh, there go my grandbaby. So, a review of the 2020 election conducted by several prominent Democratic advocacy groups has concluded that the party is at risk of losing ground with Black, Hispanic, and Asian American voters unless it does a better job presenting economic agendas and countering Republican efforts to spin or spread misinformation and tie all the Democratic candidates to the far left. I mean, it's out. And that meme that I stole shows Kamala like, jogging like she's talking to Joe. Like, Joe, they know we ain't doing shit. What we gonna do, Joe? Joe, you there? Yeah, that meme, that's some true shit. The Democrats are running now. And they're not running to 2024 because that ain't no guarantee anyway. They running for 2022. Because if they start losing seats in 2022, it's a wrap in 2024. But unless I start hearing about repair talk, y'all ain't even have to talk to me no more. I get a text message once a week from Joe Biden's campaign. You donate to the campaign, you get a lifelong of fucking text. I don't know who texts me more, the Swan's truck or Joe Biden's campaign. And they looking for the Black vote. They looking for the Hispanic vote. And they looking for the Asian vote. Now, if Asians don't think the Democrats did enough for them yet, what they gonna do for them to get their vote? Because it's only half the amount of Asians as it is Black folks. So they are gonna come at us. They're gonna come at us, and they'll come at us pretty diligently. But there's 20 million Asians. And I'm not sure exactly how many Latinos there are, but there's 20 million Asians. Let me see. You put them together, they probably add up to what we do. So this is weird. This is weird. It says 60 million Hispanic people. 60 million Hispanics. So there's 20 million Asians. So that's 80 million. That's twice as many black people. But most Hispanics, I think it's, no, 1 out of 3 Hispanics voted for Trump. And I think 1 out of 2 Asians voted for Trump. So 20 million Hispanics voted for Trump and 10 million, so that's 30 million Asians and Hispanics that they got to try to pull over to the Democratic side. They're not going to get that. They're not going to get that. And if all this immigration shit don't pan out the right way, they're going to go over to the Republican side. Trump wanted to kick them out. And all of a sudden, they started voting for him. So there was some play there. I don't know exactly what it was. Yep. Yeah. I don't know exactly what's going to happen, man. They about to start fucking with China over this virus and all this shit. I don't know what's going to happen. He said he wants some reparations from China. Did he say reparations, though? Did anybody answer that? Did Trump actually use the word reparations? God damn. We can't have nothing. I really don't like the fact that this damn feedback is coming through. Yep, it's quoted in the last paragraph. Damn. He just hears shit and he just throws it in. Tell him we need reparations. Oh, man. This is some crazy shit, man. White folks asking for reparations. We here, man. We here. So we need reparations. China. Oh, boy. I know it was fucked up when he said it, but the shit was still kind of funny. Because that's where it started. China. Oh, boy. I mean, how dare you actually say we need reparations for this shit? Okay. I might need to start a campaign. Be like, look, Republicans want to get back in the White House. You want an easy way back in the White House? Start talking about reparations for descendants of freedmen, descendants of slavery. Probably going to have to go with the slavery term because when you start talking about freedmen, it fucks them all up. They're that detached. And we can't count on the ones that are dipped in chocolate to be able to convey the message to the rest of the white folks. Tim Scott, Burgess Owens, Vernon Jones, all them clowns. Now, we can't count on them to be able to convey the, and we definitely can't count on Herschel Walker to say nothing. We don't need his mush-mouth ass up there saying nothing, whether he's for it or against it. Let's try to keep Herschel quiet. Please just keep Herschel quiet. He's nauseating to hear talk. He's nauseating. Did some facts founding. I did some facts founding. I asked my ma. Like, whatever. Black people want to be black. No, black people want to be solvent. White people want to be empowered. Let's get it right, Brother Ocean. Let's get it right. Don't come in here and no fuck shit today, bro. This ain't Sunday morning when I'm sitting somewhere by myself. I'm not going to be the only one questioning your shit today. Black people, of course, we want to be black. There's nothing better. But we want to be solvent. We want to be repaired. Just like white people want to be empowered. They want their privilege. You tell me a white person that doesn't want their privilege and their power, and I'll show you somebody that fucks with black people heavy. But for the most part, 93.7 of y'all want to be empowered and you want your privilege. Your turn. Those aren't two things that shouldn't be desired by any man. You should be able to get your ice cream. You should be able to get your punani. That should be a right. Consensually, of course. We know things happen non-consensually sometimes. Your ancestors are known for that. Your ancestors are known for that. Y'all was known for a little rape. Little rape. They come around and get that chocolate ice cream. Not consensual. So, yeah. Black hate's been going on a long time, Mr. Ocean. Do you know your family history, Jeffrey? You know where they're from? Do you know what part of the country that they may have wreaked havoc in? Were your people over here in the 16, 17, and 1800s? Where does your name come from? Where's your name derived from? Watch your mouth, Jeff. Watch your mouth. We don't keyboard gangster over here, Jeff. We're not going to let you bring your white privilege in here and talk to anybody any old kind of way. And these women, they're not meek and docile. This bitch ass like to come on my post and wreak havoc. He's done it before. It was just me, him, and another person at one point. I made a post like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning. It was just the three of us on here. He's never really come on here like, when I'm actually having a real post. But if y'all want me to block him, I can block him. I mean, I don't. He's swimming in a pool of piranha. I don't even know why he's still here. Maybe because he's the ocean. Get your bitch ass out of here, Jeff. Ain't nobody fucking with you. Aren't you the motherfucker that does graphic art illegally and shit? You don't file taxes and shit? Ain't that you? You say you do just enough where you can do it under the table and shit? Ain't that you? We don't need any of your miscreant behavior in here. But why would you want to be somewhere where you're not wanted, or you're not going to submit positive dialogue to the conversation? Why be a troll? I mean, what do you see in that? What do you get out of that? Being antagonistic. We're having a positive conversation. What do you get out of being antagonistic? I mean, you're a stupid motherfucker if that's your goal in this. You're dumb. You're ignorant. You're trash. But what are you trying to get out of it? That's just my opinion. That's my theory. I'm sure I'm not the only person you've done this to. I'm sure I'm not the lucky one on halves. I'm not a caricature. I'm not Dave Chappelle. I'm not a stand-up comedian. Dave's bank account looks way better than mine. And Dave gets paid to fuck with people like you. See, I don't make any money fucking with people like you. I throw trash out. Dave gets paid to bring trash in and make fun of it. No, I just throw trash out. Yeah, we all have Comedy Central, motherfucker. We seen Chappelle's show 20 fucking years ago. Get the fuck out of here, dickhead. I don't give a fuck about no goddamn Chappelle show. See, that's how they like to play us. They want to put us in our character shows. Shit we yield for entertainment. They think that's our lives. They think that means some shit to us. You're not a player. I can't be a player hater because you're not a player. You're a bitch. And your mammy's a bitch. And your daddy's a bitch. And she should have had syphilis and he should have had gonorrhea and they should have been sterile and not been able to procreate your ass. But miracles do happen. Nah, probably not. Nobody probably complains. Who cares about a Chappelle show line reciting pussy? Fair enough. Let him spew. But yeah, where we need to be, man, we need to be focused enough to where entertainers, actors, athletes, all these people, if they're going to come in, they're going to come in the right way. They're not going to come in and be people that we can't trust. I mean, if we can't trust them, why are they here? You know? Why are they here? We should be able to trust anybody that we deal with and that we have dealings with. We should be able to trust them. We can't trust Danny Glover. We can't trust Al Sharpton. We can't trust any of those motherfuckers because those motherfuckers, they flip-flop on us. They put us in a position where we're in a situation now. I mean, right now, politically, we're screwed. We don't have resources. We don't get reparations. Joe Biden is not doing anything. Kamala Harris is not doing it. They say she's gone to Guatemala for immigration. I mean, I get it. But what is she doing in Guatemala? You got the deportation. You got that problem like right here. What is she doing in Guatemala? And now for us, where we are, we're just stuck. I'm going to end the stream, y'all. I'm going to end the stream, but he going to keep going, and I'll keep looking at it. You know, I'll end the stream. But we have things that are going on here. We have situations that are happening here. But for some reason, they want to go abroad. They want to go other countries. They want to do different things. And that's crazy to me. That doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, I don't know. Exactly. Focus on your people here. Focus on your people in America. But they don't do that. They would rather focus on I guess it's political motivation, voter, whatever. But how do you do that when Joe Biden said, black people, you put me in office, I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to do the right things by you. And he didn't. So now he's getting blamed. But we definitely have to focus. We've got to focus on what we do, how we move. People like Jeff Ocean, they don't really matter to us. They're not going to hurt our movements. What's going to hurt our movements the most is when we take our eye off the ball, take our eye off the prize, and we lose focus. We got to focus on repair. And we got to be repaired locally, statewide, nationally. And that's what we got to worry about. Jeff Ocean is nobody. That's it. He's nobody. But I appreciate y'all. I got a little bit of work to do. I'll get back on here at some point a little later. We'll do our thing. Hopefully Jeff doesn't stop by, but I know his trolling ass probably will. Danny Glover, he's gone. Reverend Al, been gone. Let's leave these people where they are. Let's leave them where they are. And then we'll be good. One love.